Hello, everybody. What we're going to learn today is how to find the unknown length or width of a rectangle if we are given and we are provided either the perimeter or the area of that rectangle. Now, this should be a good review from what you learned late last year in third grade. So this lesson is going to go relatively quick since you have a lot of background knowledge. Now, let me review exactly what uh, perimeter and area is on this piece of paper right here. So the perimeter is the distance around a shape. You see we have a rectangle down here. It would be the distance around the shape, where the area is the number of square units to cover a flat surface. So let's just say that this is a tiger rescue park. Okay, so this is going to be a tiger rescue park, and so I know that's going to be pretty big. So we're going to say that these are in miles. Let's go 5 miles here. It's 5 miles. All right, so and then we're going to go 7 miles here. Now, if I know that this is 5 miles and this is a rectangle, remember a rectangle has two sets of parallel lines. This line is parallel to that one. This line is parallel to that one. So if this is 5 miles here, how long do you think this line is right here? You better believe it. It's going to be 5 miles. And if this is 7 miles in length right here, this is going to be 7 miles over here. So the difference between perimeter and area, again, is when we go, let's just say we're going to start right here. We're going to visit all these tigers. And then we're taking a vehicle, we're driving this way. And then we come up here, come around here, we circle this fence. It's a big fenced in enclosure because we don't want to get hurt by the spider or the tigers. Come over here. Wow, all these beautiful tigers. Then we come back down here, and then we stop exactly where we started. We stop exactly where we started. So we started here, we came all the way around, and then we say, how many miles was that? How long of a drive was that? That we are calculating perimeter. And the way that we calculate perimeter is we just add up all the different sides. So I know that 5 plus 5 is 10. I know that 7 plus 7 is 14. What is 10 more than 14? I heard that. 24, exactly. So our perimeter, I'm just going to call it P, equals 5 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7. All the different sides that we have in our shape. In this circumstance, or in this example right here, our shape is a rectangle. So that ends up being 24 miles. Now, what I love about area, it's a little bit simpler. It's a little bit, so let's just say how much area, how many square units, in this case, square miles, do these rescued tigers have to roam? So this is our fence around here. They could roam anywhere inside the fence. I'm going to shade in this area in here. And that's the reason why they call it the area. And then again, this is square miles. So it's a pretty big park. And the way that you calculate area is simply what is your length times your width. So my length I see is 7 miles. My width is 5 miles. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I'm not dealing with perimeter anymore. I'm dealing with area. I need the length of one side times the width of that shape. So I'm going to say area equals length 7 times width times 5. We all know is 35. 35 what? Miles? No. Square miles. Square miles. And this could be something really small. What if they were inches? Then they'd be square inches. We were talking about area. So I'm going to put right here square miles. This big cat tiger rescue. Now, what you might see and remember in third grade is some of you guys may have worked on grid paper, or you may have had your the squares actually drawn out for you in third grade. Do not do that. Do not try to draw out your squares, because you'll probably get it wrong every time, especially when we know the formula is simply as easy as length times width. 7 times 5, forget about counting up all those squares. The 7 times 5 is 35 square miles. But all those on the grid paper, all those squares you saw in there would be square miles. Would be a mile this way, mile that way. So that's, you know, a lot of area. 35 square miles. Those big cats have a lot of places to roam. Now let's go back into your book and let's see what kind of questions they have for us, and see if we're going to get stumped or we're going to be victorious. Here we go. Okay, we're about to look. We're going to look at 2 examples. One on how to find the missing width of if we are given a perimeter, and then the other is how to find the missing width if we are given the area. Let's see how we go about doing that. Well, I see that in question, looks like question number 3 on page 503. My eyes are calculating correctly. It says the perimeter of this shape right here, and this happens to be inches, so it must be dealing with something really, really small. The perimeter of this shape right here is 46 inches. Okay, so we know that the length all the way around this rectangle right here is 46 inches. So how are we going to go about finding n? N is going to be the width of this shape right here. How are we going to go about finding n? Well, I am going to say, let's find out. Let's stick with what we know. If the height right here, or the length right here, I should say, either way, is 8, then we know that the length over here is going to be 8 also. So we have 2 sides covered. We know that's 8, that's 8. Now we just need to find what is n, because we know that this is going to be the same size as the width up here, because they're parallel and they're of equal length. So if we know that the perimeter is 46 inches, let me just fold this paper in half right here to make it a little easier for you guys to see, because it's all about you guys and understanding. I want you to be successful, not only in this lesson, but all lessons. So we know the 2 sides for right here and here are 8 and 8. So we're going to, 8 plus 8 is 16. And that gives us our height or our length. Okay, but we know the total perimeter is 46 inches. But we have this side and this side taken care of. So we're going to go, the total perimeter around the shape right here is 46, I'm going to put inches, minus the 16 that we just got by adding these 2 sides together, equals 30 inches. So I know this side and this side, they must total a combined of 30 inches. So would that be 30 inches on this for this width and 30 inches for this width? No, but you will see that on every answer choice or every question that you have that's similar to this. So we know that the remaining distance around this minus these 2 sides is 30 inches, but I see one width here and another width here. So I'm going to divide 30 by 2. So when we do that, we can go 30 divided by 2. Now, I think most of us know that that is 15, but let's just go about doing this. Okay, so I'm gonna underline our 3 right here. Can we get a 2 out of a 3? If I had $3 in my pocket and you said, hey, I got a candy bar that I'm selling for $2, would I be able to give you that? Absolutely I would. I'd only be able to buy 1 candy bar, right? So we can get 1 2 out of a 3. I'm gonna put that up here. And now, since this 0 is not underlined, I'm gonna bring this up. And then once I bring it up here, I'm gonna bring it right back down under that. And now I say 10 times 2, or I should say 1 times 2 is 2. So if we take a look at what we just did here, 10 times 2 equals 20. I'm going to subtract this, and I get 10. Can I get a 2 out of a 1? Absolutely not. So I'm going to underline the next digit. Can I get a 2 out of a 10? Yes, I can. How many times? 5. I can get 5 2s out of 1 10. So I'm going to put that up here. That is my next partial quotient. 5 times 2 is 10. I subtract these. I have 0 as my remainder. So when I add our partial quotients, I get 15. 15 what? 15 inches. 15 inches. So I had, let's take a look at what we just did right here. Let me back this up some. So I know that this is 15 down here, n equals 15, and that's 15. So n equals 15 inches. Final answer. To sum it up, we knew 8 right here, so we know that this has to be 8. 8 plus 8 was 16. We took our perimeter of 46, and we took the 16 that we knew about, and that left us with 30 inches left that was unaccounted for. So we know that this side and this side must equal a combined length of 30 inches. So I have to divide it by 2. Here we divide it by 2, so each side is worth 15 inches. That is how we get our width. And it would be the same if we were looking for length, if we know a given perimeter. Now let's take a look at area, which is a little bit more, a little more simple. I think you guys are gonna get area and it's gonna go a lot faster.